Great stuff. Now, if you want to raise money or awareness for a charity these days, it might seem like you need to run further, swim deeper, climb higher to catch the attention of potential sponsors. But Andy Peterson from Dollar, a good friend of the late Scotland and British and Irish Lions player Tom Smith, has set himself a seemingly impossible challenge to highlight the cause of colon cancer in Tom's memory, and the disease also claimed the life of Andy's dad.
Tomorrow, he'll set out on an epic 2,500 kilometre cycle to all four corners of the UK in just 7 days and without any support team around him. He should finish on Friday at Ardnamurchan Point on Scotland's west coast, and Martin Geissler went to meet him at home near Stirling to ask how on earth he plans to cycle through it.
Andy Peterson has lost family and friends to bowel cancer, so he decided to get on his bike to raise awareness of the condition and help to fight it.
So the symptoms broadly are blood in your stool is a big one, abdominal pains, sudden loss of weight, change in bowel habits, all of which actually I'm about to experience in the next 7 days, but not because of bowel cancer, but because I'm spending 16 hours a day on a bike.
This is no ordinary challenge. Over the next week, with no support team and just the bare essentials strapped to his bike, Andy will cycle literally the length and breadth of Britain. Starting at Lizard Point, the southernmost tip of the mainland, he'll go to the easternmost, Lowestoft in East Anglia. From there, it is an enormous schlep up to Dunnet Head, the most northerly tip of mainland Britain. Then, finally, just 7 days after he set off, he'll reach the last point of the compass, Ardnamurchan Point in the West Highlands. Journey's end.
2,500 kilometres is about the distance from here to Kiev if I was cycling, or if I wanted to cycle to Kiev, which would be very nice. And also, to give it some context, the Tour de France is about 3,500 kilometres, but they do that in 21 days, not 7. I'm nervous, but there's no way back, and the support has been phenomenal.
It would be hard enough for a professional endurance cyclist, but, as Andy points out himself, he is a 55-year-old, 15-stone amateur. So, why on earth is he doing it?
I'm doing this because bowel cancer is a disease that's touched my family and my friends, and it's a massive killer in the UK, but no one talks about it. It's the biggest killer of non-smokers in the UK, and it's the cancer, if you're a non-smoker, that's most likely to get you. We don't like to talk about it because it's about our bum, our bowels, you know, things people just are not comfortable with. But it needs to be talked about, and the likes of Deborah James have just made this part of the national conversation, which is fantastic, and I'd like to continue that.
His dad died of this cancer, and that's part of the reason he chose the route.
3 miles from the finish, I have to cycle past my father's grave. So I'll stop in and say hello. But that'll be challenging. Yeah, because I think I'll be in pieces at that point. So yeah, we'll see how that goes.
Andy's target is to raise £100,000 for a charity called Fortitude, a word that means courage in pain and adversity. There will be plenty of those on the long road ahead next week. Martin Geissler, BBC News, Clackmannanshire.
John, you cycle into work. Could you do that?
No, but Tom Smith was a wonderful guy. Unbelievable human being, so that's a great effort. That guy would...
Good luck to him.
I was going to say a word, but he would do me in by 5 miles. Easy.
Bets on.